All right, everybody, it's your boy Genius back out at the range again today with another double stack 1911, 2011, whatever you want to call them. A little bit shorter on this one, 4.25, not quite the government length 2011s that I've been shooting recently. So it's a little bit different. Same day I've been shooting those, so it took me a little bit of time to get used to it through those 100 rounds that you saw. That's actually about 108 that you saw at the beginning of this video. Before we get started talking about this firearm, as always, just want to extend an invitation for you to know Jesus Christ as your Savior. You know, hey, listen, I'm not going to share the gospel here on this platform. However, if you would reach out to me at gsquaredtactical@gmail.com or in the comment section, either way will be fine. I will share it with you there. You know, what can it hurt? You know, let me share the gospel of Jesus Christ. It's up to you whether or not you accept it. But hey, today is the day of salvation. So let's get that took care of today. Ask any questions you might have. And let's know for sure that you're going to go to heaven to be with your Creator forever if you were to pass on today. Either way, right back on the table. I'm sorry. The tailgate here with the Bul Armory SAS EDC. This is a 4.25 variant of their SAS. I know they have several of them. This is probably one of the least expensive ones. I did not do that on purpose necessarily. I did go in and I seen, you know, the stainless model. I seen the tack model. I've seen several of them, and I just like this one the most. So this is the one that I picked up. Came in around about $1,800. Not exactly sure what the MSRP on the thing is, but that's about what you'd pay for it, is about $1,800. Okay, comes with a nice soft carrying case with plenty of places to put your extra magazines. By the way, it does not take your traditional double stack 1911 or 2011 magazines. It will not take your Staccato mags, your Prodigy mags, your Thesis DS, your Mac 9. Yeah, your Staccato, if I said that already, I don't know. Anyway, it ain't going to take those magazines. These are proprietary magazines, which kind of stinks, but you do have a nice case here. If you want to get a couple extras to put all of your magazines to cover up and protect your gun, plenty of tie downs, strap downs. Inside it comes with 3 brushes. One of them like a brass brush, one of them just like a polymer type brush that you would typically see in a Glock box or something, and a metal ramrod to put your cloth in and clean out your bore. And also comes with a tiny tool. I would assume that that would be to take down your firearm. It does have a bull barrel, again 4.25 inch. And again, this video is just about getting the initial 100 rounds under our belt and doing what I've never really liked doing, but people want to see, and that is just giving you the stats, the specs, if you will, of the firearm. And that's all I'm really doing right now. I'll totally withhold judgment until I get, 300-400 rounds through the gun. I mean, that's what I always do. I don't think it's really fair, just 100 rounds, to really say, hey man, I love it, hate it, wouldn't do it again. I don't think any of that's fair. This is just kind of giving you some of the, specs of the gun. Okay, so frame is aluminum, the grip is polymer, diamond checkering, double undercut. The optic system is a BAO, Bul Armory Optics, multi footprint. Okay, black serrated rear, fiber optic front. Capacity, again, 3 magazines, 18 round magazines, so you have 18 plus 1. Trigger pull weight is anywhere from 3 to 3.5. I have not checked it on this one yet, so I don't know what it is. The trigger is nice. It does break at the wall. It does have a nice tactical reset, both pushing back and audible. The weight on this is 26.6 ounces, so it's weighted well for what it is. Short main spring housing pin, guide rod, takedown tool, as I've already mentioned. And of course you do have the nice range bag. Couple of stickers. It did come nicely packaged. I think the MSRP on it is about $1,850. Again, I paid about $1,800 plus tax for the gun. It did not come with the optic already on there. One thing that I mentioned in the short that I've done that I really do like about the gun is that you do have mounting plate that came with the gun, and you do have the option, if you want to mount a micro optic on here. or if you want to mount a full-size RMR, as you see that I have on this one here, you have that option as well. I really like that, because I prefer the more full-size optic really on any gun, unless it's just, you know, a small micro compact gun or something like that. So I really do like that about it. Again, it does have a very unique flared mag well. It's more squared off than anything else. Again, the mags are proprietary, so you're not going to be able to use your staccato mags and things of that nature. They were catching on the front here. A couple of them were on the first or second round trying to put them in there. I don't know. We'll see if that breaks itself in. Talk a little bit about that. It is checkered on the front, checkered on the rear. It does have front and rear serrations, of course. It does have a 4-slot light rail, accessory rail up here. Like most of the time when you mount an optic, these rear serrations are kind of useless, but these are very functional on the front. And also on the top, it is not ported, but it would have a, I guess, lightning cut on each side, I guess, to cut down on weight, help with balance and so forth. The gun does feel very nice in the hand. It's weighted very nice. That's the, you know, one thing I did say in the store when I picked it up over some of the other variants of this that I held. I did like the way this one felt the most. Does have a very good trigger, but again, you would expect that on most 1911, 2011 platforms. Either way, this is just getting the initial 100 rounds under my belt. I will be putting some more rounds down range with this gun. You can be assured of that. If the Lord is willing, probably get it out to 400 or 500 like I have been the other ones, and maybe compare it to, I don't know, I think my Thesis DS is 4.25. So I think it'd be a fair comparison, maybe to compare it to that or something of that nature. Again, if you want to ask me in the comment section what I thought about those first 100 rounds, that's fine. You can. I may or may not give you an answer. All I can say is stay tuned for the upcoming videos. I don't think it's fair to judge the gun one way or the other in the first 100 rounds. I think you really got to put some rounds down range to really make that kind of assessment. Again, this is just getting the first 100 rounds under our belt flawlessly. Didn't have any problems. Not quite as accurate with it as I was my Kimber 2K11 today, but understanding that that's a bigger, weightier gun, and also it has a longer barrel, so you would expect that, but accurate nonetheless. Fiber optic green front sight. You do have a co-witness, whether you mount the full-size optic or if you mount the micro optic. Either way, the back sight is stationary. It does not go anywhere, so you do have a co-witness through your optic, which again, I really do like. A lot of guns, the Kimber that I just reviewed, you do not have that. I do like the tactical, well, I guess the takedown or slide lock, slide release here, the way that it sticks off. I know a lot of times, like on the Prodigy and even on the Staccato, that can be a little bit difficult to manipulate. I can almost manipulate that one without adjusting my grip. Ambi safety on this, and it also has that little feature like on the Kimber 2K11 where the mag release here is tapped. You can see the threads down in there, so I can assume, or only assume, that you can purchase some extended mag releases to go on there, which is really cool. I like that. I like that feature. Very nicely undercut on the trigger guard here, so that just aids in how well it feels in your hand. And I think it's skeletonized trigger, skeletonized hammer, and I think that about wraps it up. Okay. Again, it does have a bull barrel, if I didn't mention that already, and I think that'll about do it. So stay tuned for more range reviews, just running rounds through this Bul Armory SAS EDC. Thanks so much for watching. Consider going over, supporting Amanda and I on the available platforms. Patreon, $5, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Also go over our website, gsquaredtactical.com, pick up some hats, cups, shirts, gear. Also, you can click on the 3 lines in the corner, make a one-time donation, monetary donation. Every bit of that will go back into the channel through the website. Again, you have our word, every bit of that will go back into the channel and buying ammunition, etc. Probably should say that at the beginning of the video. Either way, it is a beautiful day that the Lord has made. Let's rejoice and be glad in it. Thanks so much for watching. If you can't monetarily support us, hit the thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. That is support enough. And as always, to God only be the glory.